Today's book reviews is by one of those authors that you really need to sit down and digest what he writes. Like as you're reading, you pause and you take it in. You try to break it down to make meaning to you in the moment of you reading whatever it is that caught your attention in the book. We are going to be doing a two-in-one type of review today, and both books are from the Bishop, T.D. Jakes. First Crushing, God turning pressure into power, and then disruptive thinking, a daring strategy to change how we live, lead, and love. Now, I'm doing these two book reviews because while one talks about God taking you to a process of um, going through something, experiencing some sort of a downturn, or going through a phase in life that is highly uncomfortable and it just stresses you out. And then the other talks about where your mind is supposed to be, even while going through this process. And he wrote these books maybe 10, 15 years apart from each other. But when I read this, it's maybe 3 years ago, and now read this in 2024, last year, the beginning of last year, I read this book. It just synced, right? Because this talks about the pain and the hurt and just knowing that is a process that's going to take you into something better. This one talks about where your mind should be at while you are going through whatever it is that you're going through. And here are a few lines from the both of them that caught my attention. Could the worst moments of your life actually become turning points of triumph for God, the master vintner, as he uses your life's deepest heartaches and most devastating disappointments for your good and his glory? How do you respond to being broken by life? Where do you try to put down roots to secure your life source? Do you focus on acquiring money only to find that it doesn't fulfill you? Do you reach for sex only to discover that the touch of another person is just a reflection of your own aloneness? Perhaps you reach for church only to realize that religion without God's voice is nothing more than sprinting inside a hamster wheel. You know, a hamster wheel, the one that the rat keeps going in circles in? Yeah, that's a hamster wheel. And are we in religion because we just want to be called people of God? You just want to be called a Christian? Or are you in the religion that you are in because you clearly heard the voice of God? In our rush to escape the pain, messiness, and brokenness of our lives, however, we often miss our opportunities for growth. Married in the muck of our misguided mindsets, we miss what God has been doing in the midst of this dirty place. With a heave, a strain, a shovel, a stretch, and a charge upwards, you fight to leave the place where you're planted. Because surely you believe that God has to have something better for you than where you've come from and where you are. Your core cries out for you to get out of that abusive home. Your heart yearns to escape from poverty. Your gifts expand and surge as you seek to grow your business. Surely, you say, in the midst of God's apparent silence, He will not abandon me in this place of death. Right when you've lost all hope, you see something that you have never witnessed before. When you resolved within yourself that maybe, just maybe, where you are is your assigned lot in life, God remains vocally silent, but reminds you of his promise by showing you the light you have never seen. You move towards the light, slowly stepping out in faith, despite all the pain, filth, shame, and suffering. Breaking through the dark soil of where you were placed in life, you sprout and rise to continue seeing another world of possibilities. The dirty place becomes the nurturing soil that enabled you to grow and blossom in ways you would never have experienced sitting in the safety of a greenhouse. You guys, get this book. The next line is called Buried to Blossom. And I mean, obviously, speaking hypothetically, that being in a place of feeling buried, your mind, oh my God, your mind has a huge role to play into you making it in life. If your mind is not right, you're just going to stay in the environment that you are. You're not going to want to push yourself and be intentional about growth. And then we come to disruptive thinking. The older we get, the longer we live, the more we realize that we were born looking like our parents, but we die looking like our decisions. It has been said that God will promote you to the level of tolerance of pain. You have to build muscle. You have to build muscle because offense will come, but you have to build muscle to be able to go through all of that without breaking. The insatiable test for learning is quenched the moment you stop evolving. For different seasons, you need to be a different person. There are certain things you are doing now that for the next level which you're hoping to get to, will not work for you in that space. So as you keep evolving, you have to be very intentional about dropping the things that do not work for you anymore and moving on with the ones that work for you, and also learning new habits for the new place that you are in. And once again, it is all in the mind. It is all in the mind. The war is waged in the mind. If you've not gotten these books, I would recommend you get them side by side. So get this, Turning Pressure into Power, and also get Disruptive Thinking. When you're done, read this first. When you're done reading this, then you go to read this. And I pray that the good Lord blesses you. Amen.